Hello.
Hi.
This is Melissa.
And this is Kat.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
We didn't pick any. I think we did all the gay movies.
There's not really any Disney gay movies.
Yeah.
So
Remember we picked Onward because the one
cop
was gay.
I'm wearing my rainbow earrings though.
Super cute. Yeah, there's really not that much gay representation. I mean, all Disney movies are pretty gay, I guess, but
Yeah.
as far as like actual
Representation.
Yeah. LeFou.
Yeah.
LeFou's my favorite gay icon.
I agree.
I mean, you just can't tell me he's not in love with Gaston.
No, in the live action one,
And then in the live action one, yeah.
So
He was pining.
mm-hmm.
Heavy pining for a man.
We've all been
Kind of
there.
gay.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah.
There's got to be more. I feel like we've talked about other ones, but I can't think of them right now.
I mean, Pleakley is a trans icon.
Oh, yeah, that's
But also, if you
Pleakley
think,
is
I guess
so
they're just like
queer.
a drag queen because, like, we don't know what their gender is. You know, they're saying they're an alien. They may not have like a gender binary,
Pleakley could have always been
like feminine.
female, and we are misrepresenting Pleakley, like the alien Pleakley.
But that's what I'm saying. Also, like,
Why are we
don't
assuming
know,
Pleakley's gender?
we don't
as
know like what that alien species like gender, like, you know what I'm saying, outlook is. Like humans have a gender binary.
Yeah.
Like we just have like, you know,
Mhm.
we have the two, but there's more than
Yeah.
the two. But like that's what we go off of. We don't know what they're doing
So
up there.
true.
We're making
What if there's like an
assumptions.
alien planet somewhere and like they have like 7 genders? And we're the weirdos.
There's probably planets out there that have none.
But what if they're having the same issues we are? Like there's other people trying
They're like,
to
oh my
branch
god,
out.
there's not an eighth
There's
gender.
only 7 genders.
Get it together.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
No, I don't think it would be crazy. I think that's probably accurate.
I think there's a planet out there with like the same issues we have, just different.
Probably.
This is getting so deep. Your earrings are very cute.
Thank you.
I like the smiley face. I love a smiley face.
Thanks. I
Smiley
got
faces
these
are everything.
from the same place that I got my pink 8 balls that I wore to Fall Out Boy.
They're pretty cute.
I like them.
I think my ears would fall off.
Yeah, they get a little tender. My ears are very sensitive, actually, and sometimes
And you
the
be wearing
earrings
the
I wear.
craziest earrings.
Yeah, but they're cute.
You also have your Jojo Siwa bow, so she invented being gay. So thank God
Happy Pride.
Thank God for Jojo Siwa,
Yeah.
Jojo Seesaw,
Jojo Seesaw.
for inventing
Gay pride.
the lesbian,
Yeah.
the L, and
Did you see she was like
LGBTQIA.
she played at like a pride event and she like literally had her hands down in her pants, like fingering herself during her like, yeah, she was like hands in her pants, like doing like a move where she like, but like her hands were like in
Like
her
Madonna.
pants. Yeah, I
Madonna's
guess.
bed, except for everybody wanted Madonna on that bed. Nobody wants to see Jojo Siwa put her hand in her pants, girl. Put your hand. Put hands up. Hands on the desk.
Yeah.
Hands on your desk.
Yeah, it was a little
Jojo Siwa.
crazy.
I like hate her. I think, oh my God. But I love to hate her.
She's memeable, yeah.
But I think she's quite pleased with herself.
Oh, she has no idea.
She really thinks like
She thinks she's like
she
the
thinks
one.
people love her. Yeah.
She thinks she did it.
And everybody's kind of trolling her, which is kind of sad a little bit. But again, she's so ignorant that it doesn't affect her. What is it like? I would love to be just so ignorant.
Yeah. So
Ignorance
clueless.
is bliss.
Yeah, clearly for her.
I would love to be that blissful.
She's fucking vibing.
Jojo Siwa is bliss.
She is bliss. Jojo Siwa.
Jojo
Bliss.
Siwa that's her next album.
Bliss.
Bliss.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we should move on to the movie.
Okay. We can. I would like to say this is like probably one of the straightest movies we could have done for Pride.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you're so wrong.
You think this movie's gay?
Timothy's ball. Yeah, there's men in tights.
Okay, no, I'm saying the characters are like
the characters are
extremely hetero. The storyline extremely hetero. There is a part where they're like dancing in Central Park and there's a bunch of married couples. It is all hetero couples. It's very
The balloons
straight.
were rainbow though.
Okay, well,
I'm trying.
no, I love this movie. I'm just
pick,
saying,
some.
I fucking love this
themes.
movie.
Yeah, it's so good.
Incredible.
All right, we haven't even announced what movie.
Okay, let's get in there.
Okay.
Tragical.
So this time
We're here to tell you why
Enchanted.
it's tragical.
This is our patron Lauren's pick.
Yay, Lauren!
Thank you, Lauren. I feel like people would probably think I don't like this movie because I'm not a fan of Amy Adams and I don't like musicals. However, I do love this movie.
It's so, like, every part of it, I'm sorry, is perfect.
It's an outlier for me, but I do, in fact, love it. I have some fun facts for you.
I'm literally so excited for these.
So a lot of these we already know, but we can, and there's also some that we could probably point out as we're doing the movie. But several non-singers made their singing debuts in this movie, including Patrick Dempsey, which he kind of barely sings at all. So I don't know about that. The only main character who does not sing is Nancy, who's played by Adele Dazeem,
Who's literally a Broadway star.
which is Idina Menzel, who has 2 Tony Award nominations and 1 for Broadway and sings in musical roles. We knew that. Thank you.
That's really funny. I didn't think about the fact that she literally doesn't sing in the whole movie.
Yeah.
That's really funny,
She's
actually.
the only character that doesn't sing.
That's crazy.
Yup. The law firm where Robert Phillip works is called Churchill, Hairline, and Smith. These are the surnames of the songwriters from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, 1937.
That's cute. Someone's
Isn't
last
that
name
so
is
cute?
Hairline.
Probably not.
How is it
I am blind. Harline, so Harline.
Okay.
The hairline is funny.
I was like, damn, that's crazy for
Mr.
a last
Hairline.
name.
Did I say hairline? That's insane.
You did.
That I would just automatically assume that someone's
Hairline.
last name was Hairline.
and not think that that's
Had no
a
qualms.
crazy name.
Had no qualms with it.
No, yeah.
Okay, so when Prince Edward is knocking on apartment doors in search for Giselle, the first door he opens is opened by Judy Kuhn.
I did know that one.
I didn't know that one.
Pocahontas.
I didn't know what she looked like.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen like
She's
a photo
the one
of her.
that does her talking voice, right? Or is it her singing voice? Yes, because the talking voice is somebody else.
Yes, the talking voice is somebody else. But
yes.
You think I'm an ignorant savage.
Yeah.
And you've been so many places.
I forgot that one was her. I knew everybody else as soon as I saw them, but I forgot that one's her. I knew she was in it, but I forgot who she was.
Her voice is iconic.
Yeah.
One of the elderly male dancers, straight, appeared in Mary Poppins 1964 as a chimney sweep. Can you even believe that? That's so cute. I wonder which one.
I'm gonna cry.
I literally thought I read that. I was
Shut
like,
up.
Oh,
that is so cute.
there's more Mary Poppins in here too.
I pointed out one thing.
Yeah. Idina Menzel plays a character named Nancy Tremaine. I didn't know her last name was Tremaine. She's gonna be her stepmother. She's gonna be Morgan's stepmother. I don't know. They never say her last name.
They never say her last name.
But that's the character's last name.
Crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
The Easter eggs in this movie are wild.
And then Robert Phillip, obviously Philip, Prince Philip.
I knew Robert's last name. Yeah, I didn't know her last name was Tremaine.
Yes.
Cute.
And then this one I feel like we're going to forget to say during the recap. So the restaurant which Edward and Giselle have dinner at is called Bella Notte. And that is the name of the song being sung in Lady and the Tramp while they're eating spaghetti. Yeah, we know. We know. So yeah. And now we get our fun facts from the internet to move it out of base.
About a days if you're nasty.
Yeah. You think Adele Dazeem would sing that if we sent it to her?
Maybe.
Like, hey girl, we do this thing for our podcast. Could you sing it? I think Adele Dazeem would do that for us.
I think she would.
That's the funniest
She's
shit
been in
that's ever happened.
2 Disney movies, or I guess technically 3 because Frozen 2. But you know what I mean? Like I think she would.
There's so many Disney princesses in this movie. It's crazy.
Or even just like nods to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our feet touch, so I have to kill myself now.
I'm
Anyway,
so sorry.
we start in Andalasia.
We actually start with a storybook.
Okay, we start with a storybook
Get it
talking
together.
about Andalasia.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why Andalasia is like the funniest fake
I wonder
name
how
of
they-
a place to me, but it just
Yeah.
sounds like it should be. Like there's no way there's not a real place called Andalasia already.
Yeah, I want to know how they came up with that.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Andalasia. Julie Andrews is doing the narration.
Lady Whistledown.
Mary Poppins.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yes.
The fact that my first thought was Lady Whistledown.
Well, that's also because she's narrating, and so she narrates that show
Season
also. So
3 part 2 came out yesterday when we were
Yeah, that's
recording
why I
this.
have
So it's
my-
on my brain. Yeah. Antony Bridgerton.
Mr. Bridgerton.
I was wearing mine yesterday. Yeah, yeah, she's Mary Poppins.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. She for sure is. Mhm.
Okay.
Also, Andalasia is animated,
yes,
like a
cartoon.
princess movie.
So yeah, Lady Whistledown's doing the VO. There is of course an evil queen, and she doesn't want her stepson to marry because then he'll become king and she won't be queen anymore. And she's like the stepmom, so she's not really sure what like her position would be. So instead of like asking him like, hey, what's gonna happen to me if you ever get married, she's just gonna make it her life's mission for him to never meet a girl.
Yeah.
Ever meet any woman ever.
Yep. Has never met a woman.
Never met a woman. He only knows Nathaniel, and Nathaniel is like a bodyguard / babysitter kind of situation.
He's like, yeah, like the evil queen's like sidekick.
Yeah, her peasant boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a girl in the woods.
Yeah.
In a cottage in the forest, of course. She's like mostly Snow White. You know what I mean? Like she lives in the forest.
Talks to animals.
Talks to woodland creatures.
There's a cow.
There is one cow.
It's all forest animals like deer
And then,
and
like, a
chipmunks
cow.
and squirrels and birds. And then there's just a literal
singular
like
cow.
dairy cow.
Yeah. I wonder what that was all about.
I don't know, but it cracked me up every time the cow showed up.
She had a dream about a prince and them sharing true love's kiss. So she's making the prince out of like crafts around her house.
It's like a mannequin.
She's got nothing better to do, really.
Yeah, what is she doing
Yeah.
out there? How'd she get out there?
I don't know.
I need
She's
Giselle's
kind of
backstory.
She has like Aurora's chin, but then like I feel like most of her features are like very Ariel. Like she has like the big blue eyes and like
Red
big
hair.
red hair and like a pink dress. She's
skinny. I was just about to say, just like every other Disney princess, she's a fucking stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like the skinniest of them all. I don't know. She's very slim.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
tall. Slim and tall.
All the woodland creatures are helping her. That was you that time.
Your foot is encroaching my foot space.
So sorry. All the forest creatures are assisting her with getting all the pieces to make her like Prince Mannequin. And
they're
she's
singing.
singing, of course, because it's, a Disney princess movie. She didn't give him lips. And you need lips in order for true love's kiss. So it's like the most important part of him, according to Giselle. So they're singing about true love's kiss. Meanwhile, Prince Edward is tying up a troll, his 10th that week, I think they said. It's his hobby to stay away from girls somehow.
Well, he doesn't know that, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think the queen's just making trolls for him to take down so that he never finds a girl.
Yeah, it's like giving him something to do so he doesn't like go out and find a girl. But he talks about how he really wants to find his true love, and then he hears a girl singing about true love in the forest.
Crazy.
That's crazy timing.
Yeah, so he
Insane.
goes to the singing. A troll is like tearing down Giselle's little cottage.
It's that troll. He also heard the singing and he wants Giselle too.
Yeah. It's not bath time, like no kick him off. It's just not bath time.
Love you. Mean it. No kick.
I didn't kick.
No kick.
I literally I scooped his
She
butt
just
with
threw my cat across the room. You guys are witnesses.
I gingerly tapped his bottom with my foot. I did not kick
She
him.
dropped kicked my cat.
Gooby, are you okay? I know I'm kicking you. He's wagging his tail. Yeah, I think he's fine.
He's sad.
Okay. Troll is destroying Giselle's house. what's his name? Prince Edward comes to save her. She ends up crawling up a tree and the troll crawls after her. So they're doing that kind of like she's at the edge of the tree situation and the tree is bending and the troll's on the other end. And her chipmunk friend Pip, he is with Giselle, and once he lets go, it's like just strong enough for the tree to snap or whatever. And then Giselle falls off and the troll goes flying.
Yeah. Yeah, Pip is like, wow, I need to lay off the nuts.
Yeah.
He weighed just enough.
Weight that, he sent Giselle flying.
Yeah.
But it's okay because Prince Edward catches her on his horse named Destiny.
Yeah, the horse's name is Destiny. It's so good.
It's so funny.
This
is the best part of the movie.
Yeah. He asks her name, and she says Giselle, and he says Giselle. We shall be married in the morning.
Like literally my favorite line in the whole movie. Oh, Giselle.
It's so stupid.
It's just like, I don't know why, like the tone of his voice. Also Prince Edward is voiced by my husband, James Marsden. So my Corny Collins.
Yeah.
My little Scotty. You know what I mean? I just love him so much.
Yeah, he needs to do more musicals. I need him to do.
I'm sure he
doesn't
sure
need to
he's
be an
done
X-Men anymore.
I don't think he is.
For a long time. They just pulled Wolverine back.
Yeah.
Who also just wants to be a musical.
Who's also a song and dance man.
Yeah.
And potentially homosexual. I'm going to go ahead and say he is.
I heard him and Jonathan Bailey got real close. So
yeah.
I would also get real close with Jonathan Bailey if I had the chance and the equipment. So anyway.
You can have the equipment. It is the 21st
That's
century.
so true.
But yeah, so they ride off and they're going to get married.
Yay!
True love.
The evil queen is pissed. She is mad that the prince talked to a girl and found love. So she tells Nathaniel that he needs to take care of it. Giselle shows up the next day in a carriage to the castle. She's in a giant wedding dress. All of the woodland creatures and the cow are helping her with her hair and her dress. She's running up the stairs and she's worried that she's late. Nathaniel's trying to delay her to the wedding. But an old lady comes up and is like, "Oh, this is really important. It's your wedding day."
Excuse me, that's a hag?
I'm so sorry. A hag comes up and is like, "I am so sorry. There's a wishing well. You have to make a wish on your wedding day. It's the most magical day of your life. So the wish you make in the wishing well will be even more important." Giselle first is like, "I already have everything I could ever wish for."
Yeah, she was like, my dreams all came true. Bye.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, bitch.
Okay, purr.
What a great response. No, my dreams have already come true. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, they're about to come true when she gets married to the prince. But the hag makes her and then shoves her down into the well.
Pushes her ass into that well.
Yeah. It's a scary time.
She keeps falling and falling into eternal darkness, and then glitter starts to attack Giselle.
Yeah.
And then it shoots her like a star through the darkness, and then she comes to a screeching halt as a human.
She's real.
Yeah, and she has her big ass dress on. It's got giant butterflies on it. It's
so
literally
cute.
9 feet wide.
Yeah.
The diameter of the bottom of the dress is literally 9 feet. And she sees a strange light, so she goes to it and pokes at it, and she pops out of a manhole cover in Times Square.
Yeah, dead center of Times Square.
Yeah, and there's a Wicked poster behind her for Adele Dazeem.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's when she was on Broadway, right? Was when this came out?
Probably around that time. I don't know. I don't know when she was doing
She
Wicked.
did it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's Elphaba, right?
Elphaba, yeah.
Elphaba.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps fucking her name up. Adele Dazeem,
Elphaba.
Elphaba. There was a guy on TikTok who said Elphaba, and I don't think he's ever
gonna live it
gonna
down.
live that
Yeah,
down.
he got roasted.
because Elphaba is crazy.
I mean, it would. I don't know. I guess if I was making,
Why would you be reporting on something you know nothing about?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. If I was like making a video about something that is very popular, has a very serious community and love and support, I would have looked up pronunciation, especially when that's spelled weird. You know what I'm saying? Like,
maybe he thinks it's Elphaba.
well, that's what.
Do you know
I
when
mean,
you like read a book though?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you think the name is one thing, like Rhysand.
Yeah.
Reese.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, oh, I never read it as Reese.
Yeah, I read Rhysand.
Yeah.
And I always thought like,
so now in your head, you're like, maybe that's how he feels about Elphaba. He's like, that's my girl Elphaba.
No, and that's fine. But once I learned that it was Rhysand, I unfortunately did now say Rhysand, even though I think Rise sounds better. But yeah, no, he got roasted. But yeah, you know, she's in the middle of Times Square in her giant fucking ball gown.
Mm-hmm.
She is running around. She knocks over like a jewelry table that someone's trying to sell stuff. She gets like mowed down in traffic. She almost gets hit by a bunch of cars and a bus.
Yeah, she gets shimmied down like into the subway. I love this scene. So it's like an overhead shot of her getting shimmied down into the like subway, and then it just shows her like coming out later, but she's by herself and there's nobody around.
It goes like upside down, so it's like shows her, like, coming.
So it shows her like
up.
going into one, like it's all crazy, and then her coming back out, and it's quiet and scary, and she's just in New York City in the dark. On the verge of tears. You guys know how I feel about Amy Adams.
In her eyes.
Watery eyeballs. And they are so watery in this fucking movie also. She just like, why the fuck does she look like that, you know? But
I think she's Gorgina.
This is like her, I don't know. Like this is such a good role for her.
Yeah.
Because like, I think she is annoying. And I think the character is supposed to be like kind of annoying. So I think it like fits really well. Yeah.
Oh, also at one point, a little person like crawls out from under her skirt. He got like stuck under there and she calls him Grumpy.
Yeah, because he's like, hey lady. And he's like, are you being serious?
That's
so
funny.
At least it wasn't Deffy or Hoppy Jumpy.
Yeah.
Or
Biggie Wiggy.
Big O Ego.
Big O Ego.
What was the other one that we were? Oh, Hotsy.
Hotsy.
No one is talking about.
Could have been Hotsy.
Bro,
how many times have we brought this up now?
I need
since that episode.
One of the doors to be Hotsy, and he's just a little bit taller.
And a little hot.
Then
he's like mewing.
He's like 3'5", you know? Like he's still really short. But he's taller than all the other doors, and he's really hot. He looks like Squilliam tentacles. Oh, he's like bulging out of his little tights and his little dwarf
shirt. He's like
shirt.
a little like more buff than the rest of them.
He's got his sleeves are cut off. He's got a mom tattoo.
Yeah. Drives a motorcycle.
Walt, wake up and give me Hotsy.
He drives a motorcycle, but it's like a moped.
Where's his fucking cryogenically frozen head? I need to fucking talk to him.
Supposedly under Magic Kingdom, so it's not far.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, in the tunnels. You just walk. Bro. It's actually, you know what? During traditions, you walk by Walt's cryogenically frozen head and you have to rub it for good luck.
It's cold because it's cryoed.
Yeah. You have to wear gloves. So you
oh my God, that's fun to say cryoed.
Cryoed.
Yeah. Instead of like, that's cool. Cryo.
That's cryoed.
No, just cryo, I think. Like, cool. Like, you know, cryo. Everybody starts saying cryo. We're bringing in cryo. And don't even explain it to people. If they don't get it. They don't get it.
Yeah. Okay. So she walks out of the subway station. She sees a houseless man sitting on the side of the road.
I love that. Unhoused.
Yeah. And she walks over to him.
Hobo in my notes. I put chats. This is my note. I put chats with a hobo.
I don't know that that's PC.
Well, they're hobos.
Okay, an unhoused
person.
Yeah. And she says, "Oh, look, a little old man." Apparently in Andalasia, like little old men are just like kind. I don't
I don't know
the connotation.
Fuck is Andalasia?
Yeah,
that's never existed.
Men just suck, period. But an
old man, get me the fuck. An old white man, babe.
Yeah, bye.
I can't think of anything worse. I'll take the bear. I'll take the bear.
Yeah. So she walks over and she sits with him in her giant ball gown dress, and she's like telling him her woes, and he smiles at her. He has no teeth. He steals her tiara and runs.
Yeah, and she runs after it. She wants that shit back.
Yeah, well, she's a princess, or going to be, so she needs that. She doesn't get very far, and then it starts to pour down rain.
Yeah, Giselle's having a really bad day.
It was supposed to be the best day of her life.
Yeah.
And now it's, I would say, probably the worst day of her life.
And then we cut to Robert Phillip, who is a divorce attorney, played by Patrick Dempsey, who I do love, but he's just not my cup of tea. Like, I think he's really hot.
McDreamy.
He's just not like my... I bet he's a really hairy butt, though. Let me see that. Let me see that ass.
Let me see that dump truck.
Yeah. But he's just not my type.
I think he's so pretty.
He's really hot, though.
Yeah, he's very pretty.
He's good looking, but you know, would I like die for him? I don't think so.
I don't think he's in my
He's not on my like list.
my top 10, but I think he's really attractive.
Yeah.
Black hair and blue eyes just really does it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, he's a divorce attorney. The two people that are currently talking are fighting over a baseball card, and he's like,
If I ever got a divorce, there would be no conversation of who's getting what, because I have nothing, and that person probably would also have fucking nothing.
You're like, you know what? Whatever you want, you can have it.
We'll just go our separate ways. We probably couldn't even afford a divorce. You know?
That's very true. You couldn't even afford to get married.
Fact.
Robert's assistant comes in to get him. It's my queen, Jodie Benson.
It is Jodie B.
The one and only Little Mermaid. My queen. I love her.
She's not the one and only anymore, but I get what you're saying.
Well, the voice of, the cartoon. Yeah, that is so true. She is not the one and only. You are correct. I do rescind that. Anyway, so Jodie Benson is Sam, his assistant.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, like you still want to get engaged to your girlfriend after, dealing with like divorced people all day.
Jodie Benson, great actress.
Yeah.
Should have been in more film. Should have been in more TV.
She does like a lot of voice acting. She was Thumbelina.
Bro, she is an excellent actress.
Yeah, she did pretty good.
She ate it up. Idina Menzel, really good also.
Yeah, that didn't seem like you were going to say she was good. I think
Broadway's probably
like the more dramatics.
Yeah.
Or voice acting.
Yeah.
Like Elsa. Yeah, so
Jodie, a natural.
Yeah, she's Gorgina, as always. He says that, he still wants to get engaged. They're not romantic, so like he's not worried about like a divorce. He says
their relationship is practical.
Yeah, but he just has to talk to his 6-year-old daughter Morgan to like tell her that they're gonna get married.
Morgan, and I mean this with love in my heart, worst name. Which is worst name. For a boy or a girl. Morgan, terrible name.
Okay.
I don't have an explanation for why. And I don't mean any offense. It's just worst name.
Okay. So Sam is like, okay, well, you better give that girl like a fucking horse or something to like convince her for this bitch to be her stepmom. And he's like, oh, don't worry, I got her something better. And it's a book about like the important women in America or in the world.
They're in a taxi cab on their way home from her karate practice or whatever. And it's a book of great women. And then he's like, another great woman? My girlfriend Nancy. And I'm going to ask her to marry me tomorrow.
And she's like, do you have to?
Is Nancy going to live with us?
Is she going to take my room?
Little stepmother vibes.
Yeah, she's not a fan.
Yeah, Nancy's going to take her to school tomorrow.
So they can have girl-on-girl bonding time.
Yeah, he says like big girl bonding time. And she's like, I'm 6.
Yeah.
Morgan's really down to earth. We love Morgan.
She just wants a fairy tale book instead of learning about Rosa Parks, and she just wants not an evil stepmother. And
Rosa Parks was a princess.
I think that I would agree with that.
Bus princess, Diner princess.
Bus princess is crazy.
Giselle sees a castle. It's assigned for the casino
like a
the
giant,
Palace Casino.
massive
Giant billboard.
billboard.
So she climbs up and she's knocking on the door, and Morgan sees it out of the taxi window, and she's like, Dad, there's a princess up there. And he's like, that's an animatronic.
yeah. That's just
and
an ab.
she's like, he thinks it's a fucking princess. So Morgan gets out of the car and starts asking Giselle if she's okay. And Giselle turns around and falls off the fucking billboard because she has her giant ass wedding dress on.
Obviously.
And Robert catches her, except for she kind of just falls on him. And they like both get kind of really hurt. They both get like scraped up.
Yeah. Robert thinks that Giselle is fucking crazy, but he offers to take her to their apartment.
Yeah, well, that's because she's saying that she's lost from Andalasia and she's waiting for her prince to come get her, and she doesn't know where any of her singing chipmunk friends are. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would also assume she's delulu.
A little, yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, but I also, I'm sorry, wouldn't take her to my apartment where my daughter sleeps.
Absolutely not. Well, so he invites her to the apartment just so she can like call home. He thinks she needs to like use a phone or something like that. But then she falls asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
And at first he's like, absolutely not. And he like sends Morgan to her room. And then he like looks at her and she looks so sweet and so nice while she's sleeping. So he tells Morgan, he's like, you're going to sleep in my room tonight. And we're going to lock the door.
Yeah, we're going to let
because we're going to let this crazy lady sleep in our apartment.
Delulu lady sleep on the couch.
Yeah. And that's what happens.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Prince Edward decides to jump through the well to go after Giselle. He knows that she was down here because Pip told him that
Pip is an OG. This movie wouldn't have happened without Pip.
Yeah. Pip also follows down the well, but now Pip cannot talk when
real chipmunk.
Yeah, they get to the real world because now he's a real chipmunk. Prince Edward is like questioning the poor New York construction workers just trying to close up this manhole that just keeps getting like blown up with people coming out of it in weird costumes. And he's like, I don't know how to help you. And Edward's like, I'm looking for my princess. And he's like, aren't we all, Bessie?
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Ain't we all? That's Artie, the construction worker.
Yeah,
Artie's a great name.
Yeah. And Edward runs into traffic and crawls on top of a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the queen sends Nathaniel, his like bodyguard babysitter, after him. So he comes up through the sewer as well. And the construction guys are like, are you looking for a princess too? And he's like, a prince, actually. And Artie's like, I'm fine with that.
Don't judge.
You could find that here in New York City too.
I don't judge.
Happy Pride.
Yes. There we go. There's our Pride representation. It's Nathaniel.
Found it. It's Nathaniel. That's what I said. Timothy Spall.
That's true.
This movie is just like, how did they get all these people?
No, literally everyone in this movie are insane. Fucking incredible.
Yeah. So Prince Edward, who is my boyfriend James Marsden, he is on top of a bus and he thinks it's a bee, so he stabs it with a sword.
Yeah, I mean,
and then the bus driver lady gets mad at him and yells at him, and then Pip kind of accosts the bus driver lady. So that wasn't very nice.
Yeah, and Nathaniel grabs Prince Edward and is like, we should go.
And it's like, why don't we go look for Giselle? Even though that's the exact opposite of what they are going to go do.
Yeah.
He does not want the prince to find the princess.
No. So Giselle wakes up in Robert and Morgan's apartment on the couch, still in her wedding dress, and the apartment is a mess. And she's like, well, we can't have this. So she opens a window and sings out of the window for woodland creatures to come help her, but they are in fact in New York City. So what shows up is rats, pigeons, flies, mosquitoes, and roaches.
That's the national animals of New York.
Yeah. There is a one-legged pigeon who does steal the show.
So cute. Does drop a plate though.
Yeah, he tries his best.
He's trying.
He can't fly very well because he's a little off center with his leg. He does his best. I love this song, Happy Working Song.
It's so funny.
Okay, so very Disney adult of me, but no one here is shocked. You guys are listening to a Disney movie podcast. You can't judge me. I do have a Disney song playlist that I listen to quite often. This is probably one of the most.
Yeah, Kat kind of knew every word to every song. I was like, okay, I like this movie, but I don't know any of the words of the song. I know parts of it.
No,
when she says, if you can't hum, then you sing along. I think that's the best fucking part.
Yeah.
Because she's Giselle waiting for the animals to sing. And
they can't. So then she says hum along and they'll go.
Yeah, they're all like.
The little cockroaches and pigeons going.
Because she's when she cues them up.
And they can't sing because they're in the real world.
If you can't hum, then you sing along. It's so fucking funny, bro.
It's so good. Yeah.
And then she calls them vermin.
Yeah. And then she says they're cleaning up the crud.
Yeah, cleaning up the crud, cleaning up the toilet.
Yeah.
Song. It's just
she learns what a vacuum is.
Loves the vacuum.
Yeah. I mean, it's very helpful. Yeah. So yeah, all these animals, vermin, help her. I would have to excavate my apartment.
Vermin, it's just it's so good. It's every time.
Yeah. It's the music in this movie hits. It's good.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not it's not great, but it's funny.
I said what I said. I'm not. I'm saying what I said.
Okay.
Morgan wakes up and kind of sees the tail end of this happening and goes to wake Robert up. They walk into the living room. Everything is clean, but there are in fact rats and cockroaches and flies and mosquitoes and pigeons all in there.
Robert just starts grabbing pigeons and throwing them out into the hallway. What? Not even out the window.
They're gonna take the elevator down.
Yeah,
it's fine.
And then he's scooping the cockroaches up into his hands. That's crazy. I would just move out. I don't think I would ever go back there.
Yeah, but their apartment's really nice and clean now, just covered in rat droppings and cockroach.
Gross.
So then they hear Giselle in the shower. So
singing.
Of course. Yeah, that's what she does. And so Robert goes in to talk to her and she tells him that he can come in, and she's just getting out of the shower fully naked. Two pigeons do in fact wrap a towel around her, and he's like, what the fuck did I just witness? But he did also see her completely naked.
I think the towel got there maybe in time.
I don't know. I don't think so.
But then Nancy comes in just as Giselle accidentally tackles Robert to the floor, butt ass naked.
Yeah.
And of course, Nancy's freaking the fuck out. She's like, you don't even let me stay the night, and now you got some random bitch over here.
Yeah.
And then he's like, are you still going to take my daughter to school? And she's like, literally get fucked now.
She says it looks like uni girl on girl bonding time.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
And Nancy is Adele Dazeem. And she is so freaking pretty.
She's gorgeous.
What a queen.
Stunning. Giselle made a dress out of curtains.
Yeah, and Robert gets really pissed because she cut up his curtains. But the dress was really cute.
Yeah.
And she even made ribbons for her hair and everything.
Yeah, those are pretty feminine curtains, Robert.
Yeah, Robert. Is there something you want to tell the class, Robert?
Yeah. Maybe
he didn't pick them out. Maybe Morgan's fuck-ass mom did.
I don't think she ever lived with them there.
You don't think so? Mm-hmm. You don't know that.
Yeah, so she made a dress, a very cute dress, out of his curtains, and he's very angry, and he says, you created problems between me and my girlfriend. Now you fucked up my curtains. I was going to propose to my girlfriend, and Jill's like, oh my God, you were going to propose. It's so exciting. And he's like, no, but you fucked up everything.
And she's like, oop.
She's like, well, you could sing to her. That always fixes everything.
That's never worked for me.
Singing to someone?
Yeah. Rude.
Have you tried it?
No.
Okay.
Next time.
Yeah. I think that'll fix everything.
Men don't get mad at me. I get mad at men.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Robert takes Giselle with him to his office and tasks Sam, aka Jodie Benson, to help
the Little Mermaid.
That is Ariel. To help her get a plane or a train or a bus. He's like, I don't care where she
Yeah.
goes. She just needs to go. Giselle was drinking water out of the fish tank, and walks over to Sam and spits out a beta fish into a cup.
Into her cup.
I don't know if that was like, because she was the Little Mermaid. So it's like, here's a fish.
Yeah.
Like, why did you have a beta fish in your mouth, babe? What was happening there?
No idea. The couple that's getting a divorce over the baseball card, they're not getting a divorce over the baseball card.
But
The baseball divorce couple.
Yes.
They are coming out with their lawyers, which one of them is her lawyer, Phoebe. Her name is.
Yeah.
Her lawyer is Robert. And then the other lawyer and then the guy come out. And Giselle is like telling her that her hair is so pretty and that she has the most beautiful eyes. And then she's like, your man must be so grateful to be with you.
Again, very hetero, assuming that they're straight.
Yeah. And then she's like, we're getting a divorce. And then Robert has to explain to Giselle what a divorce is because she doesn't get it. She doesn't understand because true love, duh. And then of course the couple is like, yeah, they're getting a divorce forever and ever. Like they're never getting back together.
Like ever.
And basically the couple is like, what the fuck? What are you like playing at? Like, what the hell? And then his like boss comes out and gets mad at Robert. And the other lawyer is like, you better not fuck this deal up or whatever.
Yeah.
So basically Giselle's just kind of like ruined his relationship and got him in trouble at work all in a span of probably about 45 minutes. So it's going great. Good morning for Robert.
Yeah. So they leave the office and Robert takes her to the park and is pretty much going to tell her like, you're on your own. Nathaniel, Edward, and Pip are also in the park, and Pip sees Giselle and Robert and goes to point them out to Edward, but Nathaniel like grabs Pip and doesn't let him say anything, and he's like, oh, we should split up and like search separate. So they go opposite ways, and Nathaniel sees another redhead and he's like, oh look, Giselle. So Edward, they have such fucking like white man names.
Victorian.
Yeah.
Colonial. Same thing.
So
Colonial Edwardian.
Prince Edward goes like running in the opposite direction after some random ass redhead. So Robert hands Giselle money and is like,
dumps her ass in the park.
Yeah, in the middle of Central Park.
He's said, like, here's $200. I don't give a fuck about you anymore. You're ruining my day.
I never want to see you again. You're ruining my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like all apologetic. She's like, I'm so sorry. I never meant to bring any harm your way. I hope you have every happiness. And her eyes are so watery.
Oh my God.
Watery as heck.
She starts walking down like Central Park and she sees,
just immediately gives the first old woman she sees like all the money.
Okay, so this little old lady is selling bags of birdseed for the pigeons, and she was on the bus that
Feed the
morning.
birds. Tuppence a bag.
Yeah, that's literally her. And so her food bag, her bird feed bag, got stabbed by Edward's sword on the bus. So she saw Edward. So Giselle's asking, have you seen my prince? And she's like, I fucking have.
He stabbed my bird bag.
He stabbed my bag of birdseed on the bus this morning. He was crazy.
He was crazy.
Robert sees this happening and goes after Giselle and is like, I just gave you that money. And she's like, well, I gave her that money. And he's like, well, you can't fucking do that.
And she's like, well, you gave me money, so I gave her money.
Yeah. She starts explaining her relationship to Edward and says that they've known each other for a day. And he's like, oh, it feels like a day. And she's like, no, it's literally, it's been 24 hours. And he's like, that's Delulu. Like, you're wild. He says that he's known Nancy for 5 years and he hasn't proposed. And Giselle's like, no wonder she's fucking mad at you, bro. Like, it's been 5 years. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Nathaniel is dressed as a street vendor,
popcorn vendor.
Yeah, and hands Giselle a caramel apple. He has some weird accent. The accents he picks, and his disguises get very interesting. He says that it's free caramel apple day, and it's obviously a poison apple.
Yeah, he's trying to poison apple her ass.
Yeah.
She takes it, but then she gets really excited talking about love, and she throws it in the air, and it lands on some guy's bike helmet, and it starts to like melt his helmet and his hair off.
Yeah, it's like literally like acidic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bad time.
So Robert is trying to explain what dating is to Giselle. He's like, yeah, it's like when you go to like a movie or a dinner at a nice place and you talk and you learn about each other. And she's like, well, you just know when you know. And he's like, okay, girl, like, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and like fucking explain love to you.
But then she explains love to him.
Yeah, but she's wrong, you know? Like,
well, she does it in song form.
I think hers is blind faith. I think
Okay.
she's confusing that with love, maybe.
Well, that's fair, but she's also from a fairy tale world where stuff like
she's
that
from
like
Andalasia.
is like the norm, whereas like obviously in the real world it's not the norm.
So she starts to sing. She's
This
like,
is, I'm sorry, the best part of this whole fucking movie.
yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, she starts to sing and he's like, you don't have to do that, people are staring at you. And then a band starts to like,
A steel drum band.
yeah, starts to play like the song. And he's like,
you know that you love
how did they know the song? And then they start walking and the steel drum band is following, and then a guitarist follows them, and then people are like dancing and singing.
The
and,
old couples dance
oh my God,
in the park.
it's so cute. There's old couples, there's like street performers.
Some mariachis join them.
Yes, there's like a whole like wedding, like there's like 10.
There's like a wedding expo or something.
Yeah,
There's
like-
like 5 brides and 5 grooms.
It was like 10. It was a lot.
Yeah.
And just like a bunch of people like singing and dancing to the song. And it's so funny because the whole time Robert is like, how do you all know the song? Like,
he
I
kind
have
of bops to
never,
the beat every now and again, though.
but it's just so funny because like, it's like, you know how in Muppet movies there's like just a couple humans and everyone else is a Muppet. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the human in a movie of Muppets. Like everyone is singing and he's like, I don't understand why
Yeah.
this is a musical. This is real life. Like this isn't
I
happening.
mean, Pigeons brought her a towel this morning. Like, what do you...
But he, you know what I'm saying? I think he just thought like, oh, like I can try and explain that away. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I wouldn't be able to. I'm just saying he was like, I didn't actually see that. That was
We got to
crazy.
get some pigeons and train them.
You know, that's what it,
Pigeons are
Do
cute.
you know that's what they were originally for? They were like trained.
Yeah, to like carry messages.
Do you know who Peach PRC is on TikTok?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
she's
that blonde Australian girl. I don't
Yes.
like her. She's annoying, yeah.
Oh my God, I love her. Sometimes she goes on like tangents about pigeons and how we like essentially like bred them and trained them and then just like left them to their
I'm sure they're over it.
devices
It's
and
been years.
everyone. But it's still sad.
They be stealing like hot fries. They're living their best lives.
Okay, I'm just saying
they're
I don't even
good.
like birds and I'm standing up for them, okay? So I think it's sad.
So yeah, there's a whole dance number going on. They
Mm-hmm.
end up, there's like a German festival that ends up joining them.
Yeah, it's
There's
crazy.
like a play, like a little theater in the park where children are putting on a play. She joins their play.
It's like Rapunzel.
Yeah. And then they all kind of congregate at the fountain in the park and just do one whole big last final dance number together. And, you know, he still doesn't believe that she's from Andalasia and she's a princess. And I
Yeah.
just don't understand, Robert. Like,
You watched all that happen?
you watched that whole thing. This is like when freaking Belle was like, Beast, is that you? But she just transformed in front of your eyes.
There was fireworks
There
and
was fireworks and
everything.
everything. Like, Robert, she's clearly a fairy tale princess. Like,
Yeah.
how are you not believing the woman?
Yeah.
There was a whole dance number in the park.
Yeah. And Edward heard Giselle singing,
Screams her name again.
screams her name,
Giselle!
he bites his
Bites his knuckle.
it's so
It's
funny.
so funny.
He jumps off of like a bridge going over a street. And when he jumps down, the cyclists run him over.
Apparently he really let them hit him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like they were just gonna have it like be like a coordinated stunt.
Mm-hmm.
But then he was like, they can just run me over. It's cool. He was like, if we just shoot it once and nail it, it's fine.
Oh, slay.
So he literally just let a bike like hit him.
All right.
Do it for the shot.
Yeah.
Okay, James.
Get it, babe.
He's like, no, just let the bikers hit me. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, so then Nathaniel like runs up and is like, oh, we gotta go find her, and tries to like lead him in the opposite direction. Giselle sends some doves with a
Heart-shaped
floral
garland.
Yeah, a floral arrangement
It's not even a floral arrangement. It's literally like a heart-shaped wreath with yellow flowers, which
To
I feel like
Nancy.
Idina Menzel would love the color yellow. Doesn't she give yellow vibes?
She does give yellow. Yeah. So they sent that to Nancy, and he's like, how were those birds going to know where the fuck Nancy works? Like, it's not, they're birds.
You just watched this whole performance in the park.
He still doesn't believe it. So after the song, Nancy calls and is like, oh my God, Robert, thank you for the flowers. That was so sweet of you.
And he also got her tickets to, there's the King's, or the Queen's.
King and Queen's Ball.
King and Queen's Ball. And they're going to go to this ball.
It's tomorrow night.
Giselle is like, oh, bitches love balls. Like, you should take her to a ball.
No, but that's so true.
I would love to go to a ball. I've never been.
There's a ball at the end of this month that I really want to go to.
Where?
I don't have in Orlando.
What kind of ball?
It's literally called like the Fae Solstice Ball. Like summer solstice
I'm not interested
ball.
anymore. Not some lame ass fairy book ball.
It's not like based on book. It's just like summer solstice.
You know, everybody there is going to be dressed up like Feyre. You already fucking
That is
know
probably
it.
true.
All the bitches are going to be like, I'm the queen of the night court. I'm high priestess.
Hi, lady.
Whatever.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, bitches love balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're
And of course she's like, yeah, I want to go to a ball, you fucking dick.
Yeah, it's
Thanks
cool
for
as
the
shit.
flowers.
Yeah. She's like, where the fuck did you get doves in New York?
Yeah. So Prince Edward and Nathaniel they've rented a shitty hotel room, and they've just discovered television. They're clicking through all the channels, and they stop on a soap opera.
Yeah.
And the soap opera star is
Paige O'Hara,
who is Belle.
who we want to interrogate still.
Yeah.
I need to ask what was up with her voice in the Christmas one. I
Yeah.
need to know.
Maybe she just didn't. I'm telling you that she didn't care, and they did one take, and she was like, yeah, no, that's good. Put it in the movie.
Yeah. Nathaniel is transfixed by the
soap opera. Me too. Soap operas they get you, man. They do.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy. And it's
Yeah.
constant talking. And I think that's also why, it's
like
so good.
there's just noise happening
Like,
constantly.
they're just having a constant conversation. So you get it's like entrapment. Like you get trapped and then you can't get out.
Yeah. I feel that.
Because Susie's brother's sister's nephew died, but then he came back to life.
But he has amnesia and he was sleeping with his
maybe
brother.
it's his evil twin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're just like in a hotel room watching soaps. It's pretty cute.
Yeah. Pip escapes a popcorn box that he was like trapped inside of because of Nathaniel. And he tries to like secretly tell Edward about Giselle being there and that Nathaniel's trying to poison her.
Yeah.
But Edward's a little dummy.
Well, also Pip can't talk. He's like squeaking. He's squeakering.
But also he's kind of stupid.
Yeah. So Giselle and Robert are eating at Bella Notte. And he's doing like magic for her. He's doing the thing where you like pull a coin like from behind your ear.
She's like, how the fuck did you do that?
Losing her mind.
She calls him a wizard.
Yeah, she does call him a wizard, and he is. And then she's like, oh my God, we're on a date. Like, we're at a nice restaurant, and we're like learning about each other. And he's like, yeah, well, no, but we're just like friends.
And my daughter's here.
And my daughter's here. But the daughter's like folding napkins with the restaurant owner in the corner. It's so funny. Bro,
cute.
Put your kids to fucking work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she asks about Morgan's mother, and he's like, yeah, I loved her, and then she left my ass. So
True love isn't real.
true love, I think he was jilted.
Yeah. Happily ever after doesn't exist.
Yeah,
People just leave you.
right. So that's kind of sad. And then a creepy guy comes over and brings her a free apple martini, and I was like, damn, Kat, an apple martini sounds quite literally so fucking good right now.
I like apple martinis.
Bitch, if somebody could just bring me an apple martini right quick.
I like green apple martinis.
Bro, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Dude, that sounds literally so good right now. I could literally use an apple martini right this moment. Sheesh.
The creepy man is, guess who?
Nathaniel.
In another weird disguise with another weird
Italian
accent.
man disguise.
It's not. He's wearing like guy liner. Like I don't know what's happening there.
And then Edward is like, "It's poison," and she's like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, there's alcohol in it." And she's like, "Oh, that's fine. I'll drink it anyway."
Yeah, that's great.
Then, Pip luckily makes it there in time and knocks the drink out of Giselle's hand. And Nathaniel, Pip starts like freaking out all the patrons, of course, because
they think he's a rat.
And then he starts like nuzzling Giselle's face and like kissing her, and people are like freaking out thinking that the chipmunk is eating her face.
Yeah, obviously.
And so Nathaniel grabs Pip and throws him into a wood burning fire, but don't worry, Pip doesn't actually go into the flames.
Thank God.
He's fine.
Yeah.
And then there is a news crew, and they are interviewing Giselle about the rodent problem at the restaurant. And she's like, "It was great.
That's my friend. That's my best friend."
Yeah. And then Robert drags her away. But it just so happens that Prince Edward was watching the news and he saw that. And then, of course, the reporter says like where she's reporting from. So Edward goes to find her because he has the address. It's like 106 and something.
Like 116th and Broadway, I think. Yeah.
So he leaves the shitty motel to go find Giselle.
Her.
He's done watching TV. And he thanks the magic box.
Gives a little smooch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Giselle is tugging Morgan into bed and she's telling her like all the heroics that like Pip has done. He's probably fine. She says that he saved a wolf from Red Riding Hood who tried to kill him and his grandma with an axe. And Morgan's like, "That's not the story I remember." And she's like, "Red is a fucking liar."
Yeah, Little Red Riding Hood is...
She's a fibber.
She's a fibber.
Yeah.
She's a liar.
Yeah. Robert talks to Giselle afterwards and is like, "Thanks for telling her that really sweet story about, you know, your friend, the chipmunk. And by the way, Edward isn't coming for you and chipmunks don't talk."
I think he's jealous. He doesn't want Edward to come. He liked their little date.
Yeah.
And he's being gross. He's being a gross man.
I also think he's like clinging so hard to like reality because he doesn't want to believe in like fairy tales. And so they start arguing. He says like, "I'll help you when Edward doesn't come for you." And she's like, all you know how to say is no. And he's like, "No."
No.
And she's like, you just fucking did it. So then she says that he makes her angry and then she's happy because she's never been angry.
I think she wasn't angry. I fear maybe she was frustrated.
Yeah. No, that I do agree. But like that's on like the spectrum of
emotions.
Yeah.
We were just talking about emotions.
And she punches Robert in the arm. And then she's like touching all up on his chest.
Yeah, he came out in like his robe.
Yes.
Like, you fucking whore. What'd you think was going to happen?
You whore.
Patrick Dempsey comes out into the living room with nothing but a robe on.
Little slut.
Fuck? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'd be touching on his chest too with consent. And this is when
he didn't back up.
Kind of realizes that she may.
Oh, I don't think she kind of realized.
Robert.
I think she was like,
"Fuck.
Love.
Twoo love." While all this is going on, Edward finds the pizza restaurant, somehow discerns the fact that Giselle and Robert are in an apartment next door.
Yeah, I don't know how he got there. I don't know how he got from pizza restaurant to like where they live.
Because it was like around the corner.
Yeah, I guess.
And then he like goes up the elevator and just starts knocking on random people's doors. And this is where he sees Judy Kuhn. She's got like 27 kids and she's like, "You're too late." There is a biker man. What?
You're too late.
It's like Prince Charming. She's probably got like a deadbeat husband or partner.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's funny.
With like 30,000 kids and he's
really.
not helping her. He does knock on a man's door who's a biker and he like looks at him like,
he's like,
"Hey, happy Pride."
Oh my God, see? This movie is gay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It has some instances, I guess. And he's like, "Okay, I'm going to go." And then he just like lays in the hallway, dejected.
So it's the next morning and Edward finally finds the right apartment. So he comes in and Giselle has made another dress out of one of Morgan's blankets.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of him being all mad about it now, Robert is like, he like smiles at it. It's like, oh, she made another dress.
He says
It's
he
so
likes
true,
her
though.
dress.
That's what I'm saying. And then when you're like in a relationship, like somebody could do something so shitty, but you're like, yeah, but
it's cute.
you know, like she made herself a little dress. Like maybe she destroyed a blanket, but like she made herself a little dress.
She looks pretty in it. So
and that's
fine.
what I'm saying. That's the kind of blind love I'm trying to have.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she is panicking a little bit. So when Edward gets there, Giselle is kind of like a little panicked, and she asks Robert, like, how do I look? And he says, you look beautiful.
Yeah. And she kind of like doesn't really want Edward to be there. She kind of seems like she's like, oh yeah, Edward's here.
Yeah. So Edward like picks her up and like spins her around and is so excited, and then he threatens Robert with his sword. She's like, hey, these are my friends, and then he sings at her, and she doesn't finish his duet.
She doesn't sing back, and he's like, what's up? And she was like, oh, I was just thinking.
And he said, what is that like?
He's like, I've never done that.
I've never done that before.
Thinking is what now?
That's crazy. So then they're about to leave. Giselle is telling Robert and Morgan goodbye, and Morgan is really, really sad, and she tells her dad that she's gonna miss Giselle, and he says him too.
Yeah. So Giselle and Edward are gonna go back to Andalasia, but then she's like, why don't we go on a date first? And he's like, okay, sure. And then he's like, what the fuck is a date? So she explains what a date is, and they go on their first date. And they get hot dogs. And
it looked like they're on like the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah. And they went to the Statue of Liberty. Cute date. The evil queen, she has like she's got like magic mirror power vibes, or she like can see it in like a crystal ball or some shit. I don't know. What does she have? A little pool?
Yeah, I think it's like a scrying
pool. A little
pool.
reflection pool.
And she can like...
Oh, a scrying pool.
Yeah.
We should get one of those.
Okay.
Why don't we have one? Why aren't we scrying more?
We can scry.
Should we start scrying?
I told you I wanted to read tarot cards, so we can do both.
Should we get a tome maybe? Should we potentially get a tome?
I have crystals.
Should we get a tome and start scrying?
Okay.
Less crying, more scrying. In 2024.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm about it.
Less crying, more scrying.
Less crying, more scrying.
Can we make a shirt that says that?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Okay.
Put a tome right on it.
Yeah.
Put a scrying pool right there.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Perfect. I love that. I love that shit. I'll fucking do it in a heartbeat. Don't even try my life.
Okay. Where are we?
So the evil queen.
Oh yeah, evil queen sees that they're together.
Yeah.
The Giselle and Prince Edward. So she's like, you can't trust a fucking man to do anything, which is true. And so she decides to go to New York herself.
Yeah. She's gonna take care of it.
And she's Susan Sarandon.
She looks so good.
Bro, she looks so hot in this movie.
Dude,
I love
I hope
I age like Susan Sarandon.
Bruh.
I mean, I'm not rich, so I probably won't, but
she's incredible. She's such an incredible actress. I love her so much.
Her voice is like one of a kind.
Oh, yeah.
Could pick it out of any.
Yeah.
Out of a
for
crowd.
sure. Robert goes to work, and his client and her almost ex-husband decide that they don't want to get divorced now.
Yeah. Because of Giselle.
Yeah. Because of what she said to them. And they realize that they were still in love with each other and that they can work it out. And Robert's like, what the fuck is happening here? Yeah. Everyone in New York is losing their fucking minds.
Right. So Giselle and Edward, their date ends. And he's like, okay, can we go back to Andalasia now? And she's like, I kind of want to go to this ball first before we leave. And then he's like, okay, we go to this ball. Then can we go back to Andalasia? And she's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So they are going to go attend the ball, but Giselle needs a dress. So she goes to Morgan, who's just like home alone, I suppose, or I don't know.
Yeah, I think she was like home alone.
Or maybe, well, she's sick, so maybe there was a babysitter or something there, but I don't know. Robert's not there. She's like, hey, girl, I need a dress for a ball. I don't know where to get one. And Morgan has dad's credit card that's for emergency purposes only, and she feels like this is definitely an emergency.
Oh, absolutely.
And I agree. Like, if a princess is coming to ask you for help to get ready for a ball, you pull out daddy's credit card.
You pull out the black Amex.
Yeah.
Daddy's black Amex is getting swiped.
And you say, we are going shopping. So
Yeah.
they go shopping, they get dressed, they get makeup, they get hair, they get blowout. And Morgan is like, is this what it's like to have a mom? And she's like, I don't know. I don't have a mom
either.
And Morgan's like, well, I'm having a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
Giselle's like, yeah, girl, me too. This is the fucking shit.
Yeah. And then like, she's like, well, you're going to have a stepmom soon. And Morgan's like, stepmoms are evil. And Giselle's like, no, I've met some really wonderful stepmoms. And like, I haven't met Edward's stepmom, but like, I heard she's great.
Yeah. From fucking who?
Meanwhile, this is when she, arrives in the middle of Times Square, full mother. Like,
Yeah.
she looks incredible. I love her so much.
It's giving.
She looks so good.
She does look great.
Yeah. Nathaniel is now disguised as a Middle Eastern taxi driver.
Yeah, and he's calling into a radio show to talk about his love issues with the evil queen and how he just can't let her go.
Yeah, because she's literally using him. She's like said like this whole time, like,
They can't be together.
We can't be together until we resolve this. So
he's kind of dumb.
Well, yeah, he's a man.
Yeah. So, Robert, he just doesn't seem like a Robert,
I think that might be what I keep wanting to call him Patrick, full stop.
Just call him Patrick.
No, we're almost through
Robert
it.
and Nancy are dancing at the ball. Idina Menzel's hair looks so fucking cute. Also, her little like Victorian dress, like,
yeah.
I don't know. Idina Menzel just looks like such a modern woman.
Yeah.
It's just like, do you know what I mean? Like, some people just look Victorian. Idina Menzel is not one of those people.
No.
Like, she's such a modern girly.
Yeah.
And she has like this Victorian dress on, but her hair is like really big, but it's like flat in the center. And then it's like kind of like she has like tendrils down at the bottom. It's such a look.
It's really cute.
Like, she looks so fucking good. She looks better than Amy Adams. Amy Adams just has on like a purple dress.
Okay, so here's what I was saying. I think the point was like this whole time, like, she's been this very like fairy tale princess. So now everyone is dressed up at the ball, very fairy tale. And she is in a modern, very nice dress. Something you would wear to like, a wedding or something like that. Like your friend's wedding.
It's like a purple, like a halter.
Yeah.
Purple halter top, and then it's like a big like flare at the bottom when she's spinning.
Yeah, and she's got
really
her hair is like this whole time it's been like super curly big, and now it's
and she got a chop
blowout.
She took off like
a couple inches.
12 inches, bro. No shit, was like to the mid of her like lower back, and now it's like just below her shoulders.
Yeah, so now she looks very modern, where everyone else now looks like they're in a fairy tale.
Prince Edward still dressed like Prince Edward.
Oh, I mean,
which is fine because they're at a ball. So
yeah,
he doesn't look weird there.
Yeah. Robert can't stop looking at Giselle.
And Nancy notices,
Of course. Yeah.
So the MC is like, it's that time of night, ladies and gentlemen, where you have to dance. You have to slow dance with somebody you didn't come here with tonight. And I'm like, that doesn't happen anywhere, but okay.
It's literally called like the king and queen's dance.
Yeah.
That you dance with somebody else.
So of course, Prince Edward, being the gentleman he is, asks Nancy. And then, obviously Robert has to ask Giselle.
Has to, like, he didn't want to.
So they're dancing. They're clearly in love. Robert sings to her.
He sings to her. It's so cute.
Why do you have to do that? Like, love isn't real, y'all.
It's not.
I'm actually team Robert this whole movie. I'm like, no, yeah.
I want to believe in it.
True love isn't real. I want a fake princess to fall out of a drain and find me and love me, and it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Nancy.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah. Nancy and Edward cut in on their dance, and they're like, okay, we're taking
Nancy's like, are you guys fucking done?
Yeah, like, are you done staring moon eyes at each other?
Nancy's had enough.
Giselle looks really sad, and her and Edward are going to leave the ball. And Edward goes to get Giselle's like coat. Nancy kisses Robert on the dance floor, and Giselle's watching, and she gets really, really sad. But the hag shows up.
Yup.
And
bro, she looked nasty. Those prosthetics were prostheticing.
Yeah, were something.
Ooh, she looked gross.
At one point, she goes,
yeah, she sticks her tongue out and goes,
ew, it's so bad.
and her nasty. She's like missing all her teeth. It's gross.
Yeah, so the hag is like, I can fix everything for you. This was an accident. Like, you weren't meant to come here. Like, all your wishes were supposed to come true, but like, I can fix everything.
She basically says, eat this apple and it'll like,
you'll forget
erase
everything.
your memories of all of this happening.
Yeah, and so Giselle's like, well, I don't want to remember like being in love with somebody who I can't have. So like, bet. But it's a poison apple, so she passes the fuck out.
Yeah,
She dies.
she doesn't die. She just is like under a spell. It's my tummy.
Yeah, I heard that.
Me hungry.
The apple rolls down the stairs and hits Robert's shoe, and he's like,
It's so good. This
Yeah.
movie's so good.
yeah. The hag grabs Giselle and gets into the elevator with her.
Ragdoll her ass over her shoulder.
Yeah, potato sack.
The old lady just like
Hobbling
hobbling into the elevator,
to the elevator.
with a fucking young woman over her shoulder.
And thrown over her shoulder.
No one's having a second glance.
No. She transforms back into her beautiful Gorgina Susan Sarandon self in the elevator, and right before the doors close, Edward sticks his sword in so the doors open back up, and he's like, Mom, what are you doing here?
Mom, what the fuck?
And then
she's like, oh, she just needed some fresh air.
Yeah, I was gonna take her out back, if you know what I mean.
Even Edward's not that stupid. Edward's like,
Yeah.
you fucking cunt.
Something is going on here. Something's not right.
What you mean?
So they bring a couch onto the top of the stairs, like a chaise lounge.
Yeah. They place her on a chaise.
Yeah. Nancy calls 911, and Robert like runs over to her. Nathaniel comes running in and is like, witch! Witch! He said, bitch, shut up. He says that Narissa is an evil queen and that she caused all of this. And she's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
She's like, I'm a nice
such
lady.
a crazy
I'm Susan Sarandon.
accusation to throw at me because you're a jilted ex-lover. Like, I don't know what's happening. Nathaniel threatens her with a sword, and the clock begins to chime, and she starts laughing. Is like, y'all have until the clock stops chiming at midnight, and she's gonna be dead forever.
But then, of course, Robert is like, what about true love's first kiss?
Oh my God, Obvi.
And of course, Edward is like, oh yeah, I'll just kiss her and she'll wake up. It doesn't work.
I wonder why.
It does not wake her up inside.
No, so Edward looks at Robert and he's like, it has to be you. And Robert's like, it can't. It's
and
not
Nancy's in the
me.
corner like, just fucking do it, bitch. Whatever.
Yeah,
fucking whatever.
save her life.
Do it.
Whatever.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Fuck our
Yeah.
5 years of relationship. Kiss the bitch.
Yeah.
I don't want her to die.
I mean,
She's
I kind of
nice.
do, I guess, but whatever.
She's a nice lady.
So Giselle wakes up. and
Yeah,
she looks
after
at-
Robert kisses her.
Yeah, and she looks at Robert and she says, I always knew it was you.
Yeah. Except for when she thought it was Edward, you know.
Yeah.
But now she knows.
Now she knows. Narissa gets really pissed. She turns into a dragon.
Of course she does.
Right. She's going to go after Giselle, but then Robert is like, over my dead body, and she's like,
Period.
bet I can arrange that. So she grabs Robert and like runs
She, like-
across the ballroom,
Yeah,
out the
jumps out the
fucking window and up to like the spire that's on like the top of the building.
Mhm.
Giselle runs after them, loses a shoe. Shocking. And she climbs all the way up to the top of the building.
She's gonna stab her ass.
Yeah, she starts like stabbing at Dragon Narissa.
Kind of hard to fight somebody in the rain on top of a building, though. You know.
Yeah, of course it's raining because why wouldn't it be? And Narissa is like hanging on to like the spire at the top, and it's like bending because you know she's like a giant fucking dragon in the middle of New York City. It can't hold her weight. So Pip shows up because you know he's the fucking savior of this movie actually, and steps onto Narissa, and just like with the troll, it's just enough weight, and she slides right off the spire, and Giselle saves Robert by throwing the sword, and it gets caught in his sleeve.
Yeah, it catches his sleeve.
But
I like when Dragon Narissa, like hits the building and goes, like doesn't die quite yet. Just like hits the side of the building, goes, and then falls all the way down to the floor and like hits it and
She turns into like glitter.
sparkles. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't as cool as Maleficent's
Black
flame
patch of fucking oil on the ground.
That's like my favorite part of the movie. That shot of Maleficent's just spot of dead is my favorite.
Spot of dead is crazy.
It's not bath time. No, it's not.
We're almost done, Gooby.
It's not bath time yet. Please, sir. It's really annoying. The mouth noises can't take it. Okay, just yeah.
Robert begins to slide off the roof, and Giselle like grabs him, and then they slide together.
Yeah, she catches him, but again, not really. Like he just lands on her, and then they're about to just like slide off the side of the building, but then they catch the end of the building with their feet, which is horrifying. They were like 9 million feet in the air.
I would have cried.
Yeah.
Thank
God.
And then they make
didn't.
out.
Yeah.
Nancy is still in the ballroom, and she finds Giselle's shoe, and she's like,
Of course she left her shoe.
Lost her shoe, and
Cinderella.
Edward puts it on her foot.
Yeah.
And then they run away to
They go to Andalusia together,
and
yeah.
get married.
Good for Adele Dazeem. I mean,
Yeah.
she deserved that.
Yeah. I love that for her. So they get married. Giselle opened up a fashion shop. Nathaniel wrote a book. Pip wrote a book. And Robert and Giselle and Morgan live happily ever after.
Yeah, the little end scene of them dancing around the apartment is
cute.
literally so cute.
I love it.
I love this movie.
I love this movie too.
Would you like to go first?
Okay.
Can I guess? 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh my God, crazy.
This is one of my favorite movies. Like, full stop. Like, I love all the Easter eggs in it. I think the songs are so fun. I love that it goes from like animated to real. I love all the actors in it. I did give it a 10 out of 10. This one ranks really, really high for me.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, this is my
not
number
good.
4. I love this movie.
Oh my God. I didn't think you liked it that
Yes,
much. I mean, I guess
love-
you knew every word to every song. That's
I
crazy.
love this movie.
Okay.
It's sitting at number 4, so it's underneath Princess and the Frog, but it's above Aladdin.
Oh my God. Above Aladdin?
Yeah.
Oh my God, don't kill me. I gave Enchanted a 7 out of 10. My God. I love this movie, but I don't know. It's not like one that I am like, oh my God, I really want to watch Enchanted. Like, it's cute. And
That's crazy.
the songs are kind of lame. And
Me knowing every word
I think
to every
the songs
song.
are like funny, but I don't think they're like good. You know what I mean?
No, I
do
love
love
them.
this movie. It's cute.
I think the songs are incredible.
Yeah. It's kind of hokey, but I do love this
That's
movie.
why I like them.
It's very cute. It's my number 69.
Your favorite number.
It's my angel number. It is above Muppets Most Wanted, but it's below Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which is kind of ironic.
That is really ironic.
Yeah.
We mentioned both of those. The Muppets and
Yeah.
Snow White.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's so crazy.
That is
Yep.
crazy. Wow.
So we're gonna do another patron movie for our beautiful patrons.
You can join our Patreon and suggest movies, and we'll do them.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Should we do a drum roll?
Let's do it.
Drum roll, please. We're gonna do Little Mermaid 2. Which is also ironic because we just talked about Jodie Benson.
My favorite.
I have also once said that I think out of any Disney couple, who do I think is going to get a divorce, that it would be Eric and Ariel. And Kat pointed out that they were the only ones that had
A child.
a fucking child. So, but yeah, Little Mermaid 2.
I love
It's
this
Courtney's
movie.
pick.
Yay, Courtney! You did this for me.
I remember liking this movie. I like Skinny Ursula. But I don't know if it's good.
Skinny
I haven't seen it
Ursula.
since I was probably like 12, so I don't know if it's actually good. We're gonna find out.
Okay.
But I think it's good.
I like this movie.
I also thought Dinosaur was good though. And The Brave Little Toaster.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm scared. I'm scared of what my 12-year-old brain thought was good. You know?
Yeah. I love Little Mermaid too, but I don't
Yeah.
think a single person is shocked by that.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be as good as The Little Mermaid.
No, it's not.
Yeah. We also had that video game, the computer game, the Little Mermaid 2 computer game, that I played that like religiously. That game fucked so hard.
I wonder if we can like find that online and emulate it.
I don't. I want to keep it in the past. I want to keep it in my memories.
I want to play it now.
Anyway, thanks for listening.
We love you.
Yeah, follow us on social medias and all that good stuff. And if you're on YouTube, of course, follow us on Apple or Spotify and vice versa if you're listening. Like us on YouTube. Subscribe on the YouTubes.
Give us a rate and review on Spotify and Apple Music.
Leave us a review. We don't ever ask for that, but if you just can take one moment out of your day,
even just put a little emoji, it's helpful. It helps us like get out there, you know.
I was doing the background music for our review.
Oh, okay. No, that was great.
So I picked the ASPCA music.
Yeah, because we're sad animals. Begging for money.
It's the same thing. And then Patreon. I think there's like more than 40 bonus episodes.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on over there.
Over 40 videos. Just lots of random fun stuff on there. And there's 3 different tiers, so you can. It's linked in our website if you want to look at those.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for listening.
We love you.
Goodbye.
Bye. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
These opinions are our own and are in no way associated with the film or the film's production company.
The cover art for Tragical was created by Johnny the Alchemist.
The theme song for Tragical was produced by Ja Reezy,
Contact info for both artists can be found on their Instagrams,
which are linked in the show notes.
Thanks for listening
to Tragical.